Welcome back in. Thanks for joining us on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Riley Jensen sitting in for DJ. I want to read you a quote about Kirk Ferentz, the longtime coach at Iowa, who is the most tenured coach in college football. I think Kyle Whittingham is number 2 as far as that goes. But he said about the growing imbalance Big Ten is having their football meetings in Chicago this week. When we went to the Rose Bowl in 1981, the 13 years prior, there were 2 teams that went to the Rose Bowl from the Big Ten. So basically everybody was lining up in August for 3rd place. If we're not careful, we're going to get that kind of imbalance in college football. That's just how I see it. And I think he's talking about money. And earlier this week we saw that Ohio State is going to get patch sponsorship that they'll put, I guess, somewhere on their jerseys, up by their shoulder pads probably, with J.P. Morgan Chase for $17 million annually. And then we saw that Notre Dame is going to do a deal with SoFi that's going to be worth between $18 and $20 million. So there's talk of the haves and the have-nots with this money situation. And it does work a little bit of both ways, as I think we've seen. We've all known that there's some schools that have been paying for a long time. And we saw the SEC do that. And we had Jay Hill talking about why would anybody leave Alabama? You're not going to get more money and you're going to win and all that stuff. And now with the money, you can go someplace else, maybe get more playing time and money. So are we going to have an exclusive club that's going to be reliant on money? Texas Tech hadn't won a league ever, literally, in football. And then they win it last year. And the year before, they hadn't won more than 8 games since Mike Leach, which was 15, 20 years earlier. And now they're dominated last year, only had 1 loss, and expected to be all that again this year because they got a couple of guys pumping in untold amounts of money into their program. And you wonder how the fan base is going to receive it. How's it going to accept it? I'm talking about the general fan base. If it's your fan base and they're paying, you're going to love it because it's going to win, and fans don't care about the money. They just want to see your team win, and that's all that matters to them as long as they're doing it in an ethical manner. And right now, paying players is ethical. So with that in mind, what do you think, man? Is it going to get worse or going to get better? How's it going to play out?
I actually think that it evens it all out. And look, I appreciate the comments by Kirk Ferentz, and he's worried about Iowa,
of course,
the University of Iowa.
If he had a sugar daddy, he wouldn't be worried about it.
It's actually his pitch to the boosters. It's his clever way of saying, we don't have enough money, guys. Bring it in. It's a lot better than what your Arizona State coach is doing every time, where he's like, I know we got a billionaire somewhere in this valley here in Phoenix. He's done it like 6 times now.
He needs to do it 7 times. He needs to do it 8 times. He needs to do it 9 times.
Obnoxious.
Sure, but that's the reality of it.
No, I know.
Would you rather have the truth or would you rather backdoor it?
Kirk Ferentz is telling the truth. It's just the approach that I like. No,
I want the truth.
Okay. So,
and you with Dillingham, you can't handle the truth.
You're just a little sensitive right now because I picked on your Devils.
I appreciate what he's begging for money.
He is begging.
I threw a 5 spot on him.
Look.
I gave him a $5 bill when we were down in Dallas a couple weeks ago.
Shook his hand, gave him a $100 bill.
5. I said, I used to tell him, they called me in 1987, and they said, hey, we need some money for the school. I said, well, you went to the Rose Bowl. I'll give you $25. And I told him, I said, you go to the Rose Bowl again, I'll up it to 30.
That's nice of you.
And they haven't been back since.
Oh, they went back.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they went back once with Jake
I
gave him 30.
Give him 30? Okay.
And I thought they had that win, dude. I thought they had that.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't speak.
Freaking Joe Germain.
I hate it. I told Joe Germain, I hate your guts.
Dude, I didn't play against Joe Germain, but I have like some circles with him because he played at Scottsdale Community College and I played at Snow. And there's some couple of players that I knew from Scottsdale.
Yeah, and the Devils wanted him at defensive back. He wanted to be a quarterback.
I told Joe that he ruined some good feelings that I had going for Arizona State.
I hated him.
Because I loved Jake. I loved watching Jake in college.
He coached or he played the indoor football up here. So I got to
that's right. He was with the Blaze for me.
Yeah, I told him I hated his guts. I think he's back down in the Valley coaching high school ball.
So here's why I think that it evens out and that I think Coach Ferentz is a little bit wrong in the way that he's saying this. Let's take Jacob Rodriguez, star linebacker for Texas Tech last year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player. Okay, really, really good football player. I mean, that guy was all over the field against BYU.
Heart and soul of that team.
All over the field against the University of Utah. Amazing player. That guy is second or third string at Alabama for his whole career in the past. Second or third string. Maybe never sniffs the field, but stays at Alabama, tells everybody he played for Alabama. He comes back. He's still a hometown hero, even though he got minimal playing time at Alabama.
I understand.
But the reason why we know Jacob Rodriguez is because he got paid good money to go to Texas Tech. And Texas Tech is a really good football team because they have oil money to pay people now.
Sure. Well, good for them.
But
how does that even it out?
That
just helps Texas Tech.
Well, but there's 4 billionaires within 20 miles of BYU that are donating money to BYU, so that evens that one out. And then
but if
you
have the money, you win. How does that even it out? That evens it out against Alabama. That's always the standard. Alabama.
Well, it evens it out against Michigan. It evens it out against Ohio State. It evens it out against Florida. It evens it out against Georgia.
So
because they don't get to stockpile
5 more teams.
They don't get to stockpile 15 players that could have been really big stars on every other team.
Great. So you let 5 more in. That doesn't even it out. Even it out means you got 50.
More than 5.
I got 50.
There's more than 5.
I'm making a point. So there's 10. Whoop-de-freaking-do.
That's more balanced than we used to have.
But that doesn't even it out. Now you've moved the goalpost. But you've gone from more balance to even it out.
But it's going the right. It's going the right direction, and it's going to even out.
It is not.
People are going to get more money.
That's not. No, they're going to give more money in the short term. And I've used this example, and DJ, we've cited it. The Eagles throw their name on the building, and it sits there for 25 years. Well, you got to go every single year, and not everybody's going to win every single year. And these teams, they're going to get these donors are going to get tired. I'm not going to get this money every year.
Well, yeah, I am.
Just to win a couple of football games.
Here's why.
No.
Because now they have more access to those players than they've ever had. If I'm the guy that's in charge of the NIL that pays Cam Reiser, I get more access to him. He's at my house. Sorry. Right.
I was going to say rising.
Sorry, guys. Come on. You knew what I meant. So now I have access to him. He actually gets to come over for Sunday dinner to my house.
That's sick.
It is sick. But that's why people give money, because they're sick.
But asking him to do it over and over and over and over.
Well, but over and over and over again, it's just another quarterback or another wide receiver. For the rest of my life,
it's not.
I get to be good friends with the main players.
Who did you just cite? You didn't cite a receiver or quarterback. You cited Jacob Rodriguez, a third-string linebacker at Alabama, according to your own words that came out of your mouth. And he
was a star at Texas Tech.
Right.
We bring him in. I get to have him over at dinner. He gets to shake hands with my kid, play catch with my kid. I love that memory. I don't care how much it costs.
Right. And then they got wiped.
And then the next year.
And they got wiped.
And then the next year it's
playoff.
Will Hammond. And the next year. Oh, you think Texas Tech's not ever going to get into the national championship game the way they're going right now?
No.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Well, yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are.
Why do you say no?
Because they're in Lubbock, Texas.
So?
And
we just had Bloomington, Indiana.
Hey,
right, but that ain't Lubbock, Texas.
You would live in Lubbock, Texas right now if they were paying him $1 million a year to do sports radio.
Sure, but they can get somebody.
Players are the same way.
Right, but they can get that money somewhere else because it's just going to go up and up. Kyle Whittingham's talking about it. He just said it this week.
Why?
We're going to have $50 million rosters next year.
You think Baton Rouge is a better place to live than freaking Lubbock?
No, LSU's a better program than Lubbock.
Right now.
Historically. And
right.
Yeah, and I do think it's a better
evening
place.
out.
No, it's even.
That's Texas, my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Texas Tech is evening out. I'll give you that. But you're still having a select few. You're having a difference between the haves and the have-nots. And the haves,
but the have-nots were
have
never
been
gonna-
SC,
Utah State.
Those guys will still be there. Then you let in Vandy, you let in Texas Tech, you let in Indiana. Who the heck else is getting let in? BYU, except
Utah,
they're not going to have the
Utah.
money. Utah's not going to have the money of Texas Tech.
They have an investment group now.
Good for them. Then if that works, everybody will have an investment group.
Right, and it'll even all out.
But you won't have this. And if everybody has the same amount of money, then it's going to go right back to this. No, it's not. Because
then it's even.
If
they all have the same amount of money, it's now even. Then it becomes who coaches better.
It's the same amount of money among the elite. It's not the same amount of money among UTEP.
You know how
it's not the same amount of money of Iowa State.
You want to know how I'm right?
It's not the same amount of money at Iowa, according to the 72-year-old.
You want to know why I'm right?
Because I do.
Because you're yelling at me.
I'm talking.
You're talking over the top of me.
Because it's my show. I'm an East Coast dude who talks passionately.
That condescending New Jersey.
I didn't want to use it, but you forced me.
See how you talk to West Coasters? This is how you do it.
You forced me.
Yeah,
you forced me to pull rank.
I forced you to yell at me because
I didn't
you know
want to
I'm
pull
right.
rank.
You know
no,
I'm right.
I had to be heard because you were screaming.
I was not
There's a difference
screaming.
between yelling and screaming. I was talking passionately. You were screaming.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, I know exactly.
You sound like my
Only
wife.
I said worse.
Sound like my wife.
Yeah. It's still Kirk has got this issue here, and he's asking for money, but he's in his 70s, so he's
Kirk's
out the
been
door.
making millions of dollars for years at Iowa.
But he wants to win. Everybody wants to win.
He doesn't want to win. He wants more money.
Well, that's one and the same. Money equals. And like BYU, they had to pay up to keep Kalani and his people, or else they were going to lose because Penn State was going to pay more money. Eventually, somebody's going to pay more money, and the more money you pay,
I don't feel bad for Kirk Ferentz.
No, neither do I. But it's about the institution of college football, and where are we going there?
He's doing just fine. Iowa's doing great.
Right, but he's playing for third place. Only now he's playing for fifth place because they let in Oregon.
In Indiana?
And Indiana's got guys like Mark Cuban, and they got their jollies by winning, and they tasted that. And that's, I told you, winning is the ultimate intoxication. I told you that on Monday, and that'll never change.
No,
and that's why people want to do it.
It's fame.
It's winning. Man, winning brings all the issues and all the joys that you want.
What do people that win and have money actually really want?
To win and get more money.
No, they get bored with it. They want power. They want power
and
after that.
It only comes through winning. How did Mark Cuban get to have that? Because the Mavericks became a winning organization, and he got to the top. If he would go, Donald Sterling had it with the Clippers. He had more money than anybody, and they sucked year after year after year.
Yeah, because he wanted to run like a company that was actually
But he got no fame for it. It comes through winning. What did Jerry Buss, who was just a land developer in LA,
he just measured winning different.
Winning gives you that fame. It gives you that, you get to be the jock sniffer. You get the 20-year-old come over to your house for dinner and you're 60. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Who cares about that? But that's what they want. I agree with you on that. They are. BYU guy used to call them jock sniffers. They'd be around. I saw a guy, I don't know, I didn't see it. I was told somebody went into BYU's locker room after a game and told a coach who they should play because he gave money. Yeah, John Huntsman, the great John Huntsman, who's done phenomenal work. He's deceased now, did phenomenal work for so many great things, the cancer and yada, yada, on and on and on. And he got access to Don Nelson and NBA people through Majerus. That's what they want.
Yeah, no,
and that's what they get. So they're going to keep giving money. There's going to be a bunch of schools that can't give money. Your Utah State is going to get even more devalued. They're not going to get higher. They're going to fall further behind.
But it doesn't matter which system they were in. They're not valued.
Yeah, but yet when Gary Anderson was there,
but-
and they had the top 20 team.
But
you love that season.
But if there was one billionaire that could pay for him, they'd be valued.
Right. Yes. Talk about making my point. Yes.
Well, but that makes it. But
that doesn't even it out.
It does.
Utah State is going to fall further behind. That's a fact.
right now.
And in 5 years, and in 10 years,
in 10
and
years,
they got
a
that one
billionaire,
dude who gives all the money.
Jimmy Lobb.
Yeah. But, and that's not enough. You need
it's not.
more than that.
Right.
Yeah. So you're just
they
going to
gotta find
create.
him.
You're going to create. How about you put some modifications? The coaches are telling us. Kyle's saying we need guardrails.
This is a
He's at Michigan, and they burn money in the winter to stay warm.
This is a socialist idea that you've got going on right now.
I didn't vote for that guy. Don't you slap that on me.
Even it out. Make sure everybody gets some. That's what you're doing right now. That's what you're doing.
But yet
you call them guardrails. They call it common sense.
Common sense. And we're going to find out how much. And you're in the psychology of it.
I can't believe that you hate. The fact.
I hate you.
I can't believe that you hate a good, strong, capitalistic society.
No, I want to see what the youths are able to do by identify and develop. Now it's identify, develop, and pay.
It's capitalism.
Pay. But
you want socialism.
All the negatives that are going to come from this, you just wait. When we see these guys who
survival of the fittest.
They don't know how to read or write, but they got all this money, they got all these hanger-oners, and all these people that want to come to them, and we're already having child support. You already told me a story of a college kid who has to freaking pay child support, and he's paying. Do we need college kids having to pay child support?
If they
Is
make
that
money,
really where we want to go?
If they make money, they better pay their child support,
and that's in the best interest of the infant, right? That to get where he or she comes into this world by not with a husband and wife, by somebody who's paying child support at 18 years old. That's really good for society. I hope we have more of that.
You're blaming that on NIL?
It's going to happen because it happened in the look at all these people in professional sports that have to pay child support.
It's better that kid is actually getting child support than nothing under the old system. Because the kid would have just been on scholarship.
Pair of dirty socks, it's better that I have 2 pair of dirty socks. That's what you're comparing it to.
No, that's not the same. That's not apples to apples.
It's apples to kumquats. No, I nailed it.
No, you didn't.
All the stuff the problems that are going to come with money.
You've been yelling this whole segment. I am so right now. And it really bothers you that you're not for a capitalistic society, that you're for
painting
socialism.
Me as so left.
Because you're socialist.
Next, you're one step away from calling me a communist, and I voted for Reagan both times.
Listen, communism is just
Reagan,
Communism is just well-developed socialism.
Look at you.
That's all it is.
I'm going to 2 things right now. I'm going to go to break, and I'm going to go to the bathroom and throw up because of what you just said. That's unheard of.
I just can't believe
on my show.
An established
25
capitalist,
years into
an
it,
established
and you're talking
guy
about that
loves a roaring economy in America is cheering for socialism in college football.
No, you know what I'm cheering for?
I just can't believe that.
I'm cheering for a billionaire to come to the Devils, and when they get that, I'm cheering for 2 billionaires.
That's socialism.
And when they get that, I want 3 billionaires.
Why are you upset about it then? That's a beautiful thing for your school.
It's socialism, but you're the one who's telling me this is going to even it out. That makes, as my buddy in high school once said, a hell of a sense. 97.5.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Zone will get you caught up on what we missed, and hopefully Riley will have repented and set up a meeting for Tuesday night with his ecclesiastical authority, and we can square this away
came over
right
last
now.
Night. Don't worry.
You need to go there.
No, listen.
Well, yeah, that was with the initial guy. Now you need to go to the 12 at a higher level.
Your religion, I paid for a cell of indulgence that paid for future sins before I even got here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, come join me because you're going to be down there.
Storm clouds are looming overhead right now.
Stay with us right here on 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome to
This is Jay Scott and Ben Anderson.
I am back to where I was before this whole summer league started.
Hall of Famer bust?
Are we sure any rookie is starting?
Oh, no. We should not be.
No.
I don't think that ever changed, though.
No, I'm totally with you. I started off with, I don't think he's going to start. I said I wouldn't be shocked if Svi Mikhailiuk starts. Maybe it's Ace, but the Jazz are trying to win games next year. Ace wasn't particularly good when he was on the floor in summer league either. I know he had back injuries, but is Ace ready to help you get to the playoffs as a starting shooting guard in the NBA? Well, the truth is probably not, and I think Darren is showing that right now, probably not. He's certainly not the best option you have, and if you are worried about the game of politics out there of, well, why is Ace coming off the bench for Darren if Darren was good but not great in summer league and Ace was good but not great during an entire regular season? Maybe the answer is neither of them starts. That's totally fine.
Catch Jake and Ben afternoons from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Slacker Headlines brought to you by Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan Wealth today, your local trusted financial fiduciary. Call them at 1-855-TRAJAN1 or visit their website at TrajanWealth.com. All right, what we've been talking about today. Talked a little NFL football. Our guy, Clint Kubiak, new Raiders coach, saying that Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter, and you like that. You don't think that they should throw Fernando Mendoza right off the start and have Fernando Mania.
I'm always a fan when a high-level draft pick doesn't have to start right away. I thought it was decent. I thought it was a decent thing for Jackson Dart last year. I think when quarterbacks don't have the pressure to come in and put the franchise on their shoulders right away, they get a chance to catch up to the speed of the game. They get a chance to catch up to everything. And I noticed you're not yelling anymore this semester or this segment.
I'm not in school, Riley. I've taken you to school, but I am not in school.
Listen, taking me to school does not mean yelling louder than I do.
And that's
your
hard to
argument
do.
was
My
not.
My stomach hurts right now.
I have a booming voice. It's not a yelling voice.
Oh, okay.
It's a quarterback voice.
Yeah. Well, we're not at the line of scrimmage. In
Well,
fact,
it feels like we are.
I just got a sack. I got a TFL.
You did not. I freaking saw the blitz. I checked down. I hit the slant right behind your ear.
In fact, I got multiple sacks. And right now, I can sit here and proudly proclaim that I experienced the joy of sacks.
I'll tell you the guy that I feared the most in football was not the guy that yelled, "Oh, trips right, trips right. We got trips right." That guy's nervous. That's how you acted last segment. The guy who I feared was the guy, when I sent somebody in motion, he watched the guy go in motion with his eyes and he looked back at me like, what?
Oh, yeah.
That guy I feared. And you're the loud barking linebacker right now. That's what you are. I'm not nervous.
No.
You don't scare me because you talk loud.
I am Bill Parcells. Yeah.
Bill Parcells.
I made you put the guy in motion.
You might be Bill Parcells, but you're not telling the truth, and so I can't count on you, Mr. Inauthentic.
My whole life is the truth. In fact,
you can't handle the truth.
They're going to put that on my tombstone.
You can't handle the truth.
He told the truth. That's what's going to be on my tombstone.
This epitaph keeps getting longer and longer.
Why do I feel like on Monday he had something else that he put on his...
I've produced the show for 12 and a half years now,
There's
Riley.
like 3,700 things on his...
his epitaph is going to be... It's going to have to be an obelisk that's, I don't know, however long. And I suggested a while ago to DJ that it needs to be like a screen that just kind of just rotates through.
Yes.
No, we're going to have the Washington Monument.
No, we're going to have that.
The Washington
and we're going to have it be
Monument
sponsored because I'm the ultimate team guy. I will be making the company money even after I'm dead. That's how loyal
He's a big
I am
BYU
to this
fan, and
company.
Entrada will be on there.
You know what it starts with, right, though? There's one word.
What's that?
You know this, PK. Come on.
What word?
Irregardless.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
That's a
gets so
cliche.
mad.
You got to wait until you don't start the rookie. Why not? Jaden Daniels did just fine.
Well, no, I think it's okay if you do. I think you increase the percentage chance of being good if you don't start him to begin with. I don't think it's any different. Listen, I don't think it's any different than this. When BYU was having their run of incredible quarterbacks, and this is all right in my wheelhouse, from like 8 years old to like 18 years old, you had...
Times have changed.
But no, I know they have. That's my argument here. You you had a run of like Gifford Nilsson, Mark Wilson, Jim McMahon, Steve Young, Robbie Bosco, couple of bad years in there, and then you had Ty Detmer, right? So you had this
Who
run.
are those guys?
But all of those guys
they weren't any good.
Those bums have all this hardware.
I can't even talk now. I like, that's like when I'm arguing with my 7-year-old daughter and I say it's time to go to bed because it's dark outside. And she goes, it's not dark outside. Look, the argument's over. Like, there's no argument if you're not on the same, like, playing field. You can't tell me who are those guys. Anyway, the argument is this. They all had like 2 years to watch, and then they became All-Americans in their own right, set all kinds of records in their own right.
I know, against Long Beach State.
But you can't do that. Well, it doesn't matter who you're playing if you're developing quarterbacks. No, like, they all have to develop. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Like, quarterbacks at Utah State still have to develop. It doesn't matter what your schedule is. You still have to develop.
I understand that, but you don't necessarily need to sit. Joe Burrow didn't sit. Jaden Daniels didn't sit.
But nobody lets you do that anymore, even in college football. It doesn't mean that system isn't the better way to me. It's the better way. If you want to develop a really, really high-level quarterback,
it's the outdated way.
Okay, because you're new school. You're real new school. Everything you do is new school.
I agree.
Like, you're not old school at all.
I agree.
You are not like, hey, when I tell you to run that through that wall, it's because I said so. You're the guy that sits down and goes, hey, let me tell you all the ways that it's important for you to run through that wall.
No, if I trust someone, I'll do it.
No,
I don't trust you.
That's old school.
No, so are the 10 Commandments. I adhere to each one of them. Religiously, I might add. And I'm not even a religious person. I
what does
adhere
that
to
even
them.
mean?
What?
Religious person.
Goes up to the mountaintop on Sundays. That's what you need to know.
I mean, what's the difference between a religious person and a spiritual person?
You
One
got
goes
me,
to church?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just I pray for mercy every time I pray. I need it. I need it more than ever. So we'll see what happens there. I just don't. I don't know that you need to waste guys. Just have them stand there and hold a clipboard for 2 seasons like Jordan Love did. And I know Jordan Love is your guy, so they do that. I understand that.
I mean, it works. It still works.
It can work, but it doesn't. It's not the only way that it works. What do you think of this playoff? Tony Petitti at the Big Ten meetings saying 2014 playoff, and
he wants to get it done by like next year.
Yeah. So I'm all for eliminating the conference championship game.
Well, yeah, because I think it hurts some people.
I don't. What's the point of playing 9 conference games?
Well, it was money.
And having 1 game.
Well, it was money.
So expand the playoff,
right,
and that takes care of the money.
That takes care of the money. I totally agree.
But do we need to go to 24? Can we do that? Get it accomplished at 16.
That's where I don't know. So here, let me give you an example of just like my little league football team last night. We're doing testing. We do 40-yard dash. We did pro agility. We did a T-test, right? But at the end, everybody wants to know who the fastest guy on the team is. So I took the top 8. We did a group of 4. We took the top 2 who won that, and then those 4 run against each other for fastest guy on the team. Well, when I'm doing that, the bottom 4 were not going to compete for the championship. So I'm the capitalist side of me.
I thought it evens it out, though.
Well, okay, so here we go. So the capitalist side of me says, put more teams in because then you make more money, and there's a lot more to talk about. It builds things up. People are excited.
Agreed.
You're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
The reasonable side of me.
It's like teams getting in the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
They want to get there.
Right. You want to get in there, and that's a big deal. If they took the top 24 teams, it's kind of like you're a top 25 team. You made it to the playoffs. That's a really good season for you, right? But do we need more than 12? Like, I think 16 is the ideal number.
I want to see them go 16 before they go 24.
That's fair too. Third time in my life that I've agreed with you. I would like to go 16 first because I think 24 is too many. I don't think the bottom 12 actually have a chance in Hades of winning the national championship.
Yeah, like the NCAA tournament in basketball.
Right.
I understand that.
So, yeah, it builds hype. Is it the most efficient system? I don't know. I think 16.
Why do you think the Big Ten is so bent on getting 24? So they can get 10 teams in?
Maybe, yeah, more money. Dude, I promise it goes back to money somehow.
Everything does.
Somehow, there's some metric that he's looking at that goes, if we did this and we get 6 teams in every year,
he'll make the schools in the Big Ten more money, and therefore he makes more money.
Yes, and makes more teams more happy. And if 6 teams are in there, they're going to divide that money up. That makes his whole conference better, which in turn makes him looked at better. There's some metric that he's looking at that he goes, man, let's get rid of our conference championship. Let's throw 24 teams in.
Right.
We think we can get 6 teams in every year.
Yeah, which they will. But they were getting in 5 and 4 teams in conference.
I know. It's not that fun.
Yeah, it waters it down. It gets diluted.
Although, so then, if you take the underdog side of me that loves this, if Utah State has a 10-2 year, do they slip into the 23, 24 seed?
I can see it.
That feels
it will happen.
That feels phenomenal for Utah State.
It will happen. If they went 24, there's some year, whenever the Aggies will have that season.
Yeah. Now
They've done it before.
That's
they'll do
fun
it again.
for me. And then even then, it's like, okay, so I have a top 25 Utah State team, and they're playing against number 1 Michigan in the first round. Am I not going to that game?
At Michigan?
I'm going. How cool is it? Dude, we played Michigan at Michigan in the playoffs. And the same thing that you were talking about Utah being at the Rose Bowl, and everybody had a good time no matter what.
Yeah.
Utah State fan has a good time no matter what. Dude,
yeah.
You remember that trip we took at Ann Arbor, and I went with my son, and
I agree.
We were walking around, and we saw all the statues, the national championship trophies, and it was beautiful.
Ann Arbor is as
it would
cool
suck
a place
in December.
Yeah. Now I've only been there in non-conference games, and the town is really cool.
Right.
My mother-in-law grew up there, so I've been back there many times.
So that's the part of me that makes it fun, and maybe that gives Utah State a little bit of money every 10 years that makes them healthy.
Yeah, but I don't think they're not looking at it for those teams.
No, they're not. But it gives those teams an outside chance to get in.
They still have an outside chance. It gives them a better.
Right.
So
I mean, right now it's real tough to get. You got to be a top 12 team.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, we let in. Who did we let in last year? James Madison and Tulane.
Right.
Do they have better programs than Utah State? I mean, maybe last year.
Right.
But we're looking. You're not just
overall. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not a team versus a program is two different things. And we'll see what happens with Utah State going into the Pac-12 because I think that this is the best situation for them that they've ever had.
Yeah.
It's a decent conference.
Right. So that's where I would make the argument for 24, but I think ultimately 16 is the best. And then nobody can give the excuse of like, well, we had to buy the first round and we weren't ready to go because we had more time off than the other team.
Yeah. I'm sick of that.
I don't like that.
Me either.
Dude, if you were good enough, you would have beat them. You
agree,
had 2 weeks to prepare.
1,000%. But
you know,
you need to bash that into DJ's head next time you see it because he keeps bringing it up and it drives me nuts.
But what I like is that nobody can have that excuse in the 16-team format.
Yeah, it took until 9:45, but you finally said something that wasn't stupid.
Well, you stopped yelling for like 1.21 seconds.
Well, I gotta motivate you, man, and that's the only way to motivate.
You have to motivate me.
I agree.
You have to motivate me.
I know.
That's the problem with you East Coasters. You think we need motivation. I don't need your motivation.
Oh, you do too. You don't know.
Not.
You don't know what dog means. You don't know what it means to be on the street. Come on. You don't know what it's like to have blood streaming down your face.
You have so much street cred coming from the really tough streets of like New Jersey.
There's not a street paved in gold in that state.
I guarantee you there was like cows like 2 blocks away from your house. I've been to New Jersey before. It's not all tough.
Where I came
There's
from,
a bunch of soft
it was
parts.
gritty.
Sure it is. Everybody in New Jersey.
We play tackle football, no uniforms on pavement.
See what I mean? Got no credibility.
Right. And I started doing it at 5.
I'm just saying, everything on the East Coaster says you have to divide by 4 to get anywhere near the truth.
Oh, man.
It's all exaggeration and bravado.
That is bull crap.
Exaggeration and bravado.
All we do is spit truth loogies.
No, you don't. You're so full of crap, your eyes are brown.
No. Yak, have I ever said anything that wasn't true in all this? And you're 12 and a half years.
The things you have not said that are true?
Everything I've said has been gospel.
Dude.
Everything.
Tim McComb's got your back in here.
Everything I've said
you have
is
to divide
gospel.
by 4.
No.
You have to divide by 4. Everything he says,
Well,
divide
you're
by 4.
from Utah, so I don't even know if you know how to divide by 4.
Well, yeah, that's what Tim said.
And he condescends to the West Coast.
He went to Utah. I said, I'm not sure I'll be able to actually do
And he
that.
condescends to the West Coast again. I love it.
I won't even say what I want to say.
Listen, I'm getting pretty good at fighting with East Coasters. I've been doing it for 15 years now.
And you still come in second place.
According to you and according to her.
Right. 2-0. Away we go. What do you think of these teams wanting to take their former players to school because they've signed or to court because they've signed a revenue sharing contract?
I think this is
LSU wants, LSU's 2 players. Ole Miss wants to do it for 2 players going to LSU.
Yeah, this is the part that gets a little bit interesting. Is we're now talking about major businesses, and we're talking about, this is like signing a non-disclosure with a company. If you sign this contract, you also have to sign this non-disclosure. You can't work for this company for the next 3 years if you leave us.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you become a professional organization, and these are the spoils of the war. They're going to have to lawyer up. They're going to have to get attorneys. They're going to have to defend themselves. They'll probably win, but they'll lose $200,000 in the process. But they probably made that up by about $800,000 by signing with LSU.
So you're okay with it?
No, I'm just kind of resolved to that. Like, that's what's going to happen. I don't feel that I don't love it.
Right.
I don't think it's great.
You've accepted it.
Yeah, it's kind of
so
like
what you're saying.
I've
is,
already gone through the grieving process.
I got you.
I've gone from
Be
denial.
ready for this, Yak.
Denial, depression, anger, bargaining. I mean, acceptance.
So by accepting it, you're okay with the guardrails. When we come back, we will close up shop, get you ready for the next show.
Typical
right
socialist.
Here on 97.5.
Typical socialist.
The
Cut me off.
KSL Sports Zone.
Before I can
with
talk.
PK.
Can't even get a word in edgewise.
Who's this, Ice Cube? Tell you where I came from. I've been on the mean streets both coasts.
Oh, my gosh.
My wife
Here we go.
Taught at South Central.
Tough suburbs of
Ice
New
Cube.
Jersey all the way to the tough suburbs of L.A.
Ice Cube went to the high school where my wife taught.
Yeah, but she traveled in there for 30 minutes.
Not quite 30 minutes.
Just like every East Coaster, you condescended into a West Coast place.
I don't even know what the crap that means. I want to tell you.
You had to come down from your high horse to get
hardly.
down to us and heal us and make us better.
Yeah, where the amount of money that I made newspapers in L.A., the amount of money she made teaching.
It doesn't matter how much you make when you're from the East Coast. You all have to come down from your high horse.
No, I'll tell you why I'm so humble. It's now feedback time. Now, this was an email that was sent to company-wide, not just me. So all my bosses got this email, and rather than me read it, I want you to read it.
You're going to make me read something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please increase PK's meds. He's getting increasingly loud, negative, and obnoxious. It is past the point of enjoyment. I turned it off frequently. I turned it off frequently the last few days. He sounds like me.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary. Increase my meds. I'm like Caitlin Clark over here. I have feelings also. You don't know me as a person.
Yours are very dampened, though. Your feelings are
Aren't I,
dampened.
Yock, the perfect example of Caitlin Clark in this company? Just getting besieged by everybody, and I'm just trying to make a shot.
And you're shooting the
and
threes from the
nobody's
logo.
protecting you.
No, right. I got my own coaches hammering me. The league, all these commentators like Gary here, increase my meds.
All you want to do is shoot threes from the logo.
I just want to help my team win.
It's hard freaking work carrying this show.
I just wanted to help my team win, man. Jeez.
You are a victim.
That's all. And this guy he's basically saying fire the bum.
I think that's interesting because I'm always so surprised when people have time to write an email like that.
Like that, about me.
Like, I don't have time. I don't have time to write that. Do I sometimes think that? Not about you, but in general about somebody? Like, do I sometimes think, oh, God, this guy is freaking killing me? Yeah. Do I sit down and write an email? Talk about rumination. Talk about not being able to let things go in your head.
Yeah. He's trying to do harm.
Right.
To me. I've got 2 attorneys that are going to be talking to him very soon.
It was the meds part that got you.
The whole thing. Well, yeah, he said you're loud and obnoxious. I said, thank you for the compliment.
Right. The meds thing was like, you'll be talking to my attorneys.
Yes. I was watching.
You're like, I've never taken a med, and I don't want to.
I'm on natural meds. I was watching Axis TV. Dan Rather was interviewing Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And it's now, and he's reflecting back. He says, oh, back in the day, nobody did debauchery. This is Dan Rather. Nobody did debauchery and vile behavior and obscenity and disgraceful acts more so than Led Zeppelin. And Robert Plant says, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. He's just describing all this negative stuff that he did, and he took it as a compliment. So you're calling me loud and obnoxious. Thank you.
That's right.
I appreciate your kind words.
I actually told my son when somebody's being rude to him, say, oh, thank you. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
I got your meds right here, buddy.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm in my 25th year, and you know when I'm stopping? I got no idea when I'm stopping because I'm still going strong, and I'll be back here tomorrow. So will Riley R. Jensen. Hopefully he'll be a little humbled from the defeats that he took today, and he'll have a better perspective.
Undefeated.
We'll see how that goes there.
Undefeated.
As far as that. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm like Central Florida. I'm claiming the national championship, undefeated.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm number 1 in both polls, if not all 3 polls. Coming up next, Scotty G and the coach. Stay with us, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3CGM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms or readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.